Alright, Lotus Evija Limited Series. We've got 14 tiers done, some 93% complete, so that means just one final tier to complete. And since today's daily bonus is extra racing dollar bonus, so we'll take the longer race, that is the Cup race at Suzuka Grand Prix, PR 97.6 required. So it's a 4-lapper, so decent payout, I would say. So let's hire manager. Should we hire agent as well? Sure, why not? So we'll double the bonus. And obviously with the instant service offer going on right now, no reason to hire Eric. All right. So once again, just to recap, this time around the PR requirement is obviously 97.6, which if you're starting from no upgrades, I think I said 910 gold is how much it will cost you to meet that PR requirement. Obviously, that's a pretty high PR. You're almost maxed out. Not quite. You still have to spend another like 500 some gold to max it out. But I only mentioned that because car is at 910 gold. You're almost purchasing the car itself. But obviously, when you buy the car, upgrades don't come with it. So that's the issue, of course. So it's still cheaper. Since you're getting all the upgrades, which means you'll make your way through the bonus series, the cars featured in a bit quicker and certainly a bit further, right? So that's not for nothing. And you're also much closer to having access to the exclusive series. And when we have weekly time trials, if this car is featured with more upgrades, you have easier time landing on a higher rank, which means car will start to pay for itself. You know what I mean? So weekly time trials really where your rewards are at, especially with the team event currently dormant with no sign of returning. The actual series that you run through in the game is rarely ever enough to compensate for the amount it costs to meet the PR requirement. So yeah, especially as the higher the price of the car goes and the upgrade cost goes, the payout generally kind of doesn't seem to be able to keep up with it. So anyway, the handling of Lotus Evija, say kind of softer on the brake side, so you do have to brake a bit earlier. Acceleration, of course, is really good. It's electric, so the whirling noise, it's pretty hard to bear, if you ask me. So it's all right. It's a fun car. Is it worth the cost? I have a hard time. After you have so many other cars in the game, we've seen better. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to the electric cars featured in the road collection, now we have what? We got 4. We got the Renault Desire, that was the very first one from way back when. And then we had this one, obviously, Lotus Evija. And we also had the Volkswagen, right, IDR. And we have the latest one, I want to say, was a Nissan Leaf GT, right? It's just, I mean, cars like Nissan Leaf, I feel like it's just like just another car in the game. IDR definitely has a personality and a very, very unique handling, where it's a car that needs the least amount of braking points because of the insane grip to speed ratio. Don't want to say the grip is necessarily the highest because it's the fact that the top speed is lower than some other faster cars. So, I feel like it feels grippier because you can go flat out in more corners. This car's top speed is kind of capped off. But still, right? The way we perceive the way the car IDR handles is second to none. So that's very unique, and obviously there are the likes of Bolide, which, sure, handling, I mean, that really is a sprinter, right? I mean, top speed is just insane, along with, let's say, even, I would throw in like the Hennessy hypercars, like Venom GT, Venom F5. When you're racing those cars, you're not racing those to look for smoothest handling at their top speed. You're taking those out because you want to go fast, right? But that also means if you're not on some speedway circuit, you actually have to brake and slow down, which takes a while because top speed is so high. It takes a while to get back down, Anyway, so those are, I would say, another spectrum of the way cars handle in the game. So that's different. And then, of course, you got the balanced ones, right? Like all the 911 RSRs are super well balanced, very powerful, still playful, yet very controllable as well. Great handling, right? So they're very well balanced. So you got a slower but super grippy ones. You got the extremely fast but a bit unwieldy ones, right? And then you got the ones with the perfect balance. So the cars that don't fall into one of those 3 categories are, just in general, I feel like don't get driven much, And there we go, double manager bonus. But anyways, as I was saying, so on that spectrum, where does this guy fall in? Yeah. See, that's what I mean. This car, hard to kind of place it somewhere. Definitely not the better handling. It's more on the sprinter side of things. But at the same time, yeah. Uncertain, if you ask me. So, doesn't really get a whole lot of chance to be driven, is, I guess, what I'm trying to say here. Anyway, with that cup, the final cup race done, we just have a couple of shorter events. Let's do Hunter next. Sure. Still got that instant service offer. Quite a few hours still left, but I probably need to get some rest after this. Take care of some non-real racing 3 related business. But we'll wrap up the series before that. Alright, so we have a minus distance target for this last Hunter event. Then we'll have just a quick autocross to wrap up the limited series. And pick up the remaining rewards, but yeah, the braking distance is so long. This guy. And I don't know, does this handle closer to like nah. Not really. I was just gonna say those V8 supercars, because those have like a butter for brakes, but you know, they're kind of fun because they are really grippy at high speed. And I feel like this one doesn't quite. Let's say this Lotus isn't quite as grippy at higher speed as those V8 supercars. But then again, it's been a long time since I've raced any of those V8 supercars. Not because they're not fun to race. They actually are a lot of fun to race. I just haven't had time to go back and race some of those cars that I won in the quite a few years ago now. But anyway, my impression is I don't think this one is quite isn't quite as much like those V8 supercars. So yeah, where do you place this? I mean, it's pretty to look at. Maybe that should be a separate category where this car can reign supreme for a modern car. Of course, some of the classics, I don't know if they can be beaten. Anywho, that is gold trophy number 44 of 45. Leaves us with a single gold trophy to complete. 50 gold to skip. And we'll be picking up 2,000 victory points. That's pretty decent. 20 gold and 100,000 racing dollars for this final autocross taking place at the Leipzig circuit. All right. Yeah, they kind of cut down on the lead-in screen for autocross events, didn't they? We don't know who the opponents are. I mean, obviously in the limited series, we know exactly who. Well, it's all same cars, so that's fine. But I feel like that's kind of a useful information to see which cars at your target time in this instance for the. Whoa, see, this is what I mean. I thought I started braking pretty early on, but apparently not early enough. Anyway, that is good enough for the final gold trophy. Just under 29 seconds. Or, no, under 30 seconds, coming in at 29 seconds and change. It's late here. Alright, and sure, we'll service the car. It's free and instant. Why not, right? It's the end of the series. Alright, here we go. Final gold trophy number 45. gets us to the final rewards. 2,000 victory points, 20 gold, and 100,000 racing dollars. So let's see where that 2,000 victory points gets us to. Aha! It's gonna be extra 60 gold and possibly get us fairly close to the next reward tier. But anyway, there we go. The final tier, tier 15 complete. Wraps up another limited series here. This one featuring Lotus Evija. So yeah, thanks for tagging along for the ride. And we'll catch you guys in the next video. Alright, take care.